What's up, internet? Just wanted to showcase this mod I found. It's called the Better Than Wolves mod, and it adds all this cool stuff like mechanical power and weed and like sawmills and mills and just all sorts of cool stuff. So I'll just have a quick tour. This glorious thing right here is a windmill. Well, that came with the mod, the actual windmill part of it. The rest, you have to build. But what it does is it generates mechanical power that you transfer through axles and gearboxes. So you build you build the axles and gearboxes, and you stick a windmill at the end of it, and then so the dust that's coming off these blocks here means it's being powered. This is a block detector, so if you throw something on it, and you can like reorient it, but if it sees something like a block or an object, it activates and sends a redstone signal. In this case, it's a weather detector, so if it starts raining or snowing or something like that, it sends a signal to this gearbox, tells it to disconnect, so it doesn't because when it starts thunderstorming and things like that, the windmill goes out of control and starts breaking gearboxes and generally fucking shit up, so you don't want that. So yeah, the power gets transferred all the way down here. It goes across the road into a workshop / sawmill. So it goes across there, and then it kind of goes crazy over here. Splits off to the left and to the right. So I've made a millstone area where you can just toggle it with this switch. And the millstone's just for grinding like organic matter, mainly, so you can put wheat in here and hemp to grind into hemp fibers, which can then be made into rope or fabrics and stuff like that to make the various things in the mod. And you're going to need a lot of it, so you're going to use this a few times. On the left here is the sawmill section of it, and this beauty here is the saw. So I've got it powered from above. You can reorient it, but I got it on the side for I don't know what reason. And it's for sawing wood, and so you can put blocks. You can put logs on it, like so, and then turn it on, and it will smash it up for you. And you can also then just put an actual plank in front of it, and it'll chop it in half, and then you can put that in front of it, and chop that in half, and put that in front of it, and you kind of get the idea. And these things are sort of like, or these panels are sort of like half blocks, but way better, because half blocks you can kind of just put them like that, and that's all they're good for. Whereas with panels you can kind of put them sideways or upside down, all sorts of stuff. Similar thing with this molding and this corner pieces. They're just a little bit more fiddly, but you can use them to just make nice things like that. But they're not just for aesthetics. You actually use them for crafting. Like molding, you can use to make windmills and something else I can't remember now. And yeah, don't put anything other than wood in front of the sawmill because it will smash and you'll have to fix it, which is not cool. I'll just lead you inside now. There's a few more features. I've just been trying to get through as much of the mod as possible and fiddling with it, but I haven't gotten through all of it. There's quite a bit to go through, but I'll get to it. This is the kitchen. I've been experimenting with the cauldron. So it's like a furnace, but you can't smelt anything in it. It's only for cooking. So I don't have any meat to show you, but instead of just a normal furnace where, because you can't stack meat, you have to put in meat, wait till it's cooked, take it out, put it in, kind of nurse it. Whereas with the cauldron, you just throw a whole bunch of meat in, wait for it to cool, and yeah, just come back later. And the way it works is just the more fire that's around it, the faster it cooks. And what's generating this fire now is this new item called the hibachi grill, and it's basically like redstone fired. It's when you put a redstone circuit into it, it lights up the fire. So what I wanted to do was kind of have a switch up there and then have wire going down here and activating the grills, but I fail at redstone, so not gonna happen just yet, so I'll get to that. And over here we have what looks like an illegal drugs operation, but it's really for a good cause. This is just hemp that you use to grind into hemp fibers and make ropes out of and things like that. Most of the mod comes out of these, so you're going to need a lot of it. So at the start of the game you should really find a lot of seeds. And on top of that is a light block, which basically, it looks like glass, especially when it's not powered, but when you run a redstone current through it, it lights up, and it's actually much brighter than a torch. And you need these to grow it underground, otherwise it just won't grow, because torchlight just doesn't affect it. So the wiring's really simple. It's just a current over the block itself, and so it just goes redstone, block, and then light. So it's very easy. So yeah, grow it outside or under these lights. And this is the example of the pulley and platform system. So these are the platforms, and up there is the pulley, and it's getting powered by this machine over here in the machine room. This is just another power generating source. I just fucked it up accidentally, but it's a water wheel. So what you do is you get a gearbox, an axle, and then you just stick it on the end, and then that banging just means it's passing the power on to the gearboxes. And so you can have a maximum of 3 axles until you have to have another gearbox, otherwise it just won't work. So, and every time you want to change direction, you're going to need a gearbox. So it goes along the ceiling into the pulley, and if you right click on the pulley, you'll see that it's full of rope. So you need rope if you want it to go down really deep. And then this is an anchor, which the rope kind of attaches to automatically, and then from there you can attach these platform blocks, which is the only thing that the pulley can lift. And you can make all sorts of shapes with it, like not just an elevator, you can make like gates and things like that, or floodgates. And it works just by, you press this button and then the elevator fires. And then at the bottom of the entire shaft there's another button that does the same thing, just reverses it. And these blocks over here, the detector blocks you saw earlier, and they're hooked up to some strange wizardry at the back that tells it to stop at this position right here. Otherwise, it just kind of gets stuck up there. And I'm going to have a quick venture into this room, but it's pretty shameful. So this is some redstone wizardry that controls the elevator. This side of the room here is a T flip-flop, which I basically stole directly from YouTube because I don't know anything about it. What it does is it's basically a switch. So if you press a button, it toggles the circuit on, and if you press it if you press the switch again, it toggles it off. So let's not look into that. But this leads to the gearbox that controls the elevator. And I did make something original over here, which is, it's just an AND gate, this part here, and it leads to the pulley, which basically means stop, like it's a pause button, which is how the elevator locks into place at the right floor. And these come from the sensor blocks I told. So what it says is if it's going upwards, lock it, and if it's not going upwards, don't lock it. And I think that's it. Oh, that's a piece of shit. Just so you know, the wolves dropped this. The creator of this mod really doesn't like wolves, and that's why the name of the mod is quite appropriate. So there's all sorts of ridiculous ways you can torture these guys, but I'm not going to get into that. And so there's a few more blocks that I do want to experiment with, like the hopper. Oh no, that's something I have to get into right here. This is how you're gonna have to power your mills and your millstones before you get wind power or like water power. Is a hand crank, and because you're gonna need you're gonna need like fibers and stuff to make the axles and things before you even try to power it in any other way. And so you basically just keep hitting this until what you want is finished. This is a hopper. It's really great for automation and things like that, but I haven't really played with it much, so maybe another video of that to come later. And there's lots of things I'm missing out on, but we'll see. So link in the description on how to get this mod and how to do it. And that's it for me. If you guys have any ideas on what I should build, or if you guys want tutorials or something, just let me know.